to Financial Freedom with Mia D. Martin. So, we're going to change things a little bit today. I usually have a fantastic guest, but today you're going to have me. And what I can't wait to share with you are the fantastic pieces of information that I share with many of my clients and prospects. These are some of the things that wealthy individuals do to get closer to financial freedom. So we've brought you some great subject matter experts in the past. Now we're going to bring you great information as well. So let's get started. Today's topic is really going to be about whether or not cash value life insurance is right for you. So as we look over the agenda, we'll discuss today's environment, why life insurance can be a fit within your financial strategy, as well as what fixed index universal life insurance is and all of its many purposes. So let's dive right in. In today's environment, the premise is about the need for life insurance to provide reassurance for your beneficiaries and how the living advantages it provides can potentially help you accumulate the money that you and your family will need for retirement. These are some of the key components that are happening within today's environment with our government and economy that you're probably already aware of. So national debt remains large. There's changes in tax laws. There's an increased spending for Social Security and Medicare. We have an aging population, especially within that of the baby boomers, and of course, rising healthcare costs. According to the Congressional Budget Office of the Congress of the United States, in the coming decades, the federal budget will be under increasing pressure as the U.S. demographic begins to shift. We'll be facing an aging population with rising healthcare costs. So we want to help you get ready for the future. So I have a question for you to ask yourself. Does the U.S. have a tax problem or a spending problem, or both? What are you doing to help yourself protect yourself and your family and what you have from taxes? So there's some common fears that we all think about out here. That's increasing taxation, outliving investments, and legacy security. So let's dive in a little bit deeper to answer some of those concerns. With today's environment, you may be open to new ideas. Do you have life insurance protection? Are you underinsured? Is the economy changing your mindset and all the different things that are going on in the world right now? And are you looking to limit risk within your portfolio? Life insurance may be a helpful solution to help you with these strategies. So as we shift gears a little bit, let's talk a little bit about why life insurance is important. There are two common types of life insurance. So actually, there are two common questions that you may ask yourself about life insurance. What are you doing to answer the what if, and what are you doing to answer the when I? So what happens if, and what happens when I? So what if the unexpected happens? For today's families and small business owners, financial vulnerability may be a bigger concern than ever. Questions like these may be on your mind. What would happen if you died prematurely? Would your family have the financial assets they need to continue your current lifestyle? Would they be able to keep their home that you've worked so hard for? Would there be enough money for your children to go to college? And what about the funeral expenses and the estate taxes at the time of your death? What would happen if you outlive your retirement assets? Are you accumulating enough to ensure a comfortable retirement? What happens if you have a financial emergency or a major financial obligation? How will tomorrow's economy affect the value of your assets? And this is where life insurance can come in. Why do I need life insurance when I die? That's a question that you may be asking yourself. Ultimately, it's not just about you. It's about protecting your loved ones for tax advantages, as well as consequences, to avoid probate and court issues, and to provide a legacy for your beneficiaries. all at that particular time of your death, you'll want to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of. Life insurance can help with the potential tax advantages or mitigating the consequences, avoiding probate, and by providing a legacy to your beneficiaries so they can continue living their lifestyle with no more stress about how to pay the bills. So there may be some other concerns that you have. Do you have a death benefit protection? Oftentimes when people think about life insurance, they always consider the death benefit, but not the other variables that come into play. Once again, saving for education, support of your favorite charity, tax rate uncertainty, the potential to accumulate money for retirement. So many of you may have retirement vehicles right now that you cannot touch or have access to, and or when you access those particular funds, they're going to be taxed at a certain rate. This is where life insurance can come in as another option for you that's taxed quite differently, and you're able to withdraw from your life insurance policy. We have the environment and inflation that's going on, and we really want to help you have your dollars work harder. So there's two different types of life insurance, basically, term and cash value. Term is generally low cost initially. The premiums could possibly increase over time. There's no accumulation potential, and the coverage stops at the end of the term. However, there are term policies with what we call living benefits, depending on who the provider is, that would help you take care of critical or chronic illness should you experience those while you're living.
I love the journey with the people. I love to not only listen to God's voice as it speaks to me and through me to the congregation, but to also have a reciprocal stream where I am hearing the voice of God as it comes through the congregation back to me. So I love that exchange as we come together in the moment of worship to listen to the voice of the Spirit.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Leave the audience with a little bit of advice as it relates to financial freedom in their lives. What advice would you leave them with?
If you have debt greater than you have savings, then you're eating on borrowed money.
But let's talk about cash value life insurance and why this is so important to help you get closer to financial freedom. Even though cash value life insurance has a higher cost, the premiums remain level, and it gives you the potential to build accumulation value. Here's why accumulation value is important. As that cash is building over time, later down the line when you need to take out money for a vehicle, for a home, for your child's education, this is money that you can withdraw from in a tax-free manner. This is money that you can access whenever you want to access it. You do not necessarily have to wait until you're 59 and a half. There's flexible premiums, so you can pay them on a monthly basis. You can pay them all at once or on an annual basis. It's really up to you and the type of budget that you have, and you can adjust how you pay those premiums as well over time. So those policy loan and withdrawal options could really work in your favor when you're pulling that money out as a loan to yourself, so that you're not feeling the tax ramifications that are associated with pulling that money out. So basically how cash value life insurance works is you have the policy holder, they pay the premiums. They pay the policy fees and any charges that are associated with it. Over time, it's going to accumulate cash value, and this can be accessed for loans and withdrawals as stated before. So life insurance can offer a combination of 3 tax advantages that no other insurance product offers with cash value life. Income tax free, there's a death benefit, tax deferred with the potential to build accumulation value, and income tax free, loans and withdrawals. So with fixed index universal life, this is a policy with many purposes. The death benefit is the main reason why people buy life insurance. This protection answers the question around what if. So what if this happens? The death benefit passes income-free, tax income-free, to your beneficiaries and can be used for funding of education, business succession planning, which is key if you're an entrepreneur. This can be another pipeline of funding, which is one of the more difficult components of scaling a business if you do not have access to funding. So just keep that in mind if you're an entrepreneur. Mortgage and other debts, final expenses, and estate taxes. So really this could be an income replacement and supplement your lifestyle as you're planning through the things that you want to accomplish. Now, full index universal life provides a death benefit and living advantages. So the tax deferred cash value accumulation potential is based on credited indexed interest. The income tax-free policy and loan withdrawals. The protection from negative and market index performance and flexibility on how you fund your policy. There are also riders that may be available at no additional cost for you to further customize your plan as it may relate to what we call some form of living benefits. So index interest makes the difference. You're probably wondering what makes fixed index universal life different from any other universal life policy. With fixed index universal life, part of the premium may be created with interest based on positive changes in the external index. This is different than the traditional universal life insurance that earns interest based on a fixed amount. We track the performance of the indexes you select and then use the crediting method to calculate the index interest that may be credited to your policy. At the end of each policy year, if the results are positive, we credit the index interest up to the cap and subject to a percentage known as the participation rate. If the result is negative, no index interest is credited, but the policy's cash value doesn't decrease. That's very important because at that point in time, it positions you to really not lose because it's not going to decrease. This is because you're not actually participating in the market or investing in any stocks or bond index. A benefit of a fixed index universal life insurance policy is that the index is credited and locked every single year. As previously discussed, fees and charges will reduce the cash value in your policy. So the more you put in, potentially the more that you would be able to pull out because you would have more to work with as it's accumulating value. And there's no guarantee that a policy will be created index interest in any given year. So another advantage of fixed index universal life policies is that they offer a built-in annual reset feature. So with fixed index universal life, the cash value is not actually participating in the market or investing in any stock or bond. With the built-in annual reset feature, an index interest credit is locked in. Once it's locked in, it can never be lost to market volatility, which is key. Even if the index drops below this amount, keep in mind fees and charges will reduce the available cash value, but you still are positioned in a different way. So the chart that you're going to see in this portion of the presentation shows a hypothetical example of how the cash value is protected when the index drops. Even though the index performance is negative, the cash value is locked and it holds steady. This is important because this is how you accumulate cash value. This show is all about financial freedom. Life insurance is just one vehicle for you to leverage to help you get closer to financial freedom. Yes, you may have an IRA, you may have a 401k, you may have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, but this is a way for you to place your money in a vehicle that's going to continue to build cash value that you can withdraw from tax-free down the line. So let's keep that in mind. Some of the other vehicles that you have, when you withdraw, there's going to be tax penalties. With this type of vehicle, you'll be able to place money in there, watch it accumulate and grow, and withdraw accordingly and as needed. So just diving in a little bit deeper as we transition through the presentation, when the market heads up and the cash value does not have to make up the previous losses, its value can increase, or any policy anniversary in which a positive index change takes place. So moving forward, there's 3 benefits combined in one product that can make this a very effective option in fixed index universal life. First, you have life insurance protection. You have unique tax advantages exclusive to life insurance, and you have flexibility. All these are key components in helping you get closer to financial freedom. So I have an exercise for you. I'd like for you to listen to this information again and think about all the different avenues that you leverage to place money into to try to build cash value for the future, for you to live off of these particular funds, for you to be able to cover your mortgage should you pass away, pay for your children's education, and protect your income, potentially have an income replacement, support the growth of your business if you're an entrepreneur. Put everything out on the table and ask yourself what's missing. Also ask yourself if you're underinsured, because if you're underinsured upon your death, you may not be able to cover the lifestyle that you're currently providing for your family. So this was just a brief presentation on fixed index universal life. If you'd like to have a more in-depth conversation that's customized to you and or your spouse and family, please reach directly out to me, once again, Mia D. Martin, at 404-919-4179. You can also book an appointment with me directly at www.miadmartin.com. I am a licensed insurance broker with Genesis Asset Management Strategies Group, and if fixed index universal life may not be the vehicle that you want to work with, let's talk and work together, because by being a broker, I have access to hundreds of carriers that I would be able to customize a package that's perfect for you and or your family to make sure that you have the right amount of insurance, you're getting closer to your goals from a financial protection and wealth accumulation standpoint, as well as you get more education as it relates to financial literacy and the different types of insurance policies that you can leverage for growth. Thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.